Avengers! Disassemble! Hello, welcome to the Comics Corner. My name is Johnny, I'm here with Mike.
Hi.
And we're here today to review Avengers Disassembled by Brian Michael Bendis. How'd I do, Mikey?
That was pretty damn good, Johnny.
I made it, what we in the biz call dramatic.
It was very dramatic for a very dramatic book. Now, this one you suggested because of the fact that it leads into House of X eventually down the line.
Whoa, you just said something that's not true. You said House of X.
Oh, wait, well,
yeah?
Everything leads to House of X eventually.
That's a very valid point.
House of M, sorry,
yeah,
one letter off.
Which is something I really want to read. So, okay, Avengers Disassembled was written in 2005, and it concludes the first Avengers volume, which started in 1963.
Yeah.
So it concludes with issue 503, and then it kicks off New Avengers right after this. So New Avengers runs for 10 issues before House of M occurs. So my plan, because I got an inkling that this and House of M are going to very much influence the WandaVision show. Mike, agreed?
I very much so. I mean, when we go over this one and some of the scenes in there, I mean, Wanda is definitely one of the big characters of this.
Yeah.
I mean, there she is, right there on the cover, left side.
Boom! Scarlet Witch.
Just punching. But yeah, there's definitely some notes to be taken from this for the WandaVision, so that's why.
Yeah. So I've always wanted to know the source material before they turn it into like cinema. So knowing that they're probably going to take from this kind of motivated me to want to read these sooner rather than later. So how did you dig it, man?
I definitely dug it. There was so the storyline I think is definitely neat. I enjoyed it. It's only a few issues, so it's Avengers 500 to 503, like you said, and then they have the Avengers Finale tie-in.
Yeah, but so is it 4 issues or 5?
5.
Yeah, 500, 501, 502, 503, Finale.
And then,
yeah.
And there are technically more tie-in ones. There was like a What If, Avengers Disassembled, and then a couple like Avengers Disassembled, like Iron Man, and I think Captain America had one as well, like different like kind of as Marvel has wanted to do for bigger events, you know, adding in some tie-in stuff if you want to get every angle of the story. But for the 5 issues that we read, it definitely captures it, and nice. And
I know, I made it. Michael Jordan, one day after his birthday.
Time, yeah.
Did you know that, Mike?
What's that?
Little Jordan. It's one day after little Jordan's birthday.
Happy birthday.
The GOAT. Caw-caw!
The rising goat. Air Gordon. Goatin.
What'd you think of this book,
the
Mike?
The story's good. Johnny, honestly, I gotta be honest with you. The art, I kind of had some... It wasn't too big.
That's okay. Look, we're going to disagree, but I'm not in the mood to be confrontational tonight. So we can just disagree about it. Why didn't you like it? I'm going to say something first. I generally don't like modern digitally colorized art. I very much hate it. It's why I don't collect modern stuff. I really dug the artwork in this, so it's fascinating to me that you didn't. So why did you not?
It's kind of the faces for one. Like you can kind of see it on the covers here.
Okay.
But there's a little bit of like it gets like same face syndrome for some parts, and then there's a few close-ups of faces for shots. I mean, I'll try to call them out when we get to them, but like I don't know, it was a little off-putting. Not bad, not like distracting or anything too crazy. Also, wait a minute, elephant in the room. As you can see here, we're using. I brought in my, I guess, tablet. It's technically a laptop. It is a Microsoft Surface Pro Book 2. And it's basically a laptop. It has the functionality of you kind of like just snap the top part off, and it becomes a tablet. Because we mentioned about it last week that Avengers Disassembled, the trade paperback, is severely out of print. The only other way to get it is the actual Avengers like hardcovers that collect like the Bendis.
Well, there's a couple ways to get it.
Okay.
I mean, I'm not trying to be know-it-all about
Yeah.
it. But so, right, there is a trade paperback that's super out of print called Avengers Disassembled. There was also an oversized hardcover, which I'm imagining collected the exact same material, but also out of print. But it's in those two formats.
Yeah.
It also is collected in the New Avengers Omnibus, which we do have one in the store.
Yeah.
But ours is damaged, so it is already at a reduced price, so we can't offer like it's the book of the week, this gets already discounted. Like, it's pretty low for an omnibus. But it is collected in there, along with, like I said, the first, that's got the first 31 issues of New Avengers, so it collects that series. It's also collected in the complete collection, Volume 1 of New Avengers. I'm fairly damn certain. As a matter of fact, I'm going to pull it up right now because I'm 99.9% sure I'm right.
Yeah, because
but
this isn't like
that might be available to order.
Okay.
Because we just got Volume 4 in, but I think some of them might be out of print.
Yeah,
so I'll look that up too.
Yeah, since it's not like its own side story thing, it is just part of the mainline Avengers. It's just like a story arc for it. Yeah, like it's definitely in kind of like any of the Avengers collected stuff. But
Yeah, it's definitely available. I'm sorry, it's definitely in that complete collection.
Okay, yeah.
So I think that's how they want you to collect it at
Yeah.
this point. Like, it's part of that story.
Yeah.
You don't just get it on its own. So let's see if that book, because it looks like on the secondary market, it's pretty cheaply available. So let's see if it's available on Diamond.
Yeah. But point being, the main, because as I said, there is just an Avengers Disassembled trade paperback that collects 500 to 503 plus Avengers Finale, which is honestly what this is. I checked around, and we're working to get second market, and I was just like, well, I see that.
No. Damn. So Volume 1, 6 and 7 all look like they're going to be a crapshoot.
Yeah.
Number 3 is definitely out of print.
Okay.
And then 2, 4, and 5 are available.
Okay. But yeah, so since they didn't really have it available for us in paperback, I checked online and I saw that through Amazon, I think just as long as you have Prime, this was one of the books that they were kind of offering for free. I don't know if that was always the case, or Johnny mentioned like maybe it's just because of, to kind of get more people interested in like all the WandaVision stuff, since this does, like we mentioned, kind of like loosely tie into it with a lot of the story beats and characters involved. So I downloaded that. They have like the Kindle app for it for reading. And we figured, instead of us just not being able to show the book, we could show the book and kind of maybe discuss a little bit reading comics digitally versus physically.
Yeah, I like that you want to talk about that. Yeah, I feel like, man, here's what I think we should do.
Sure.
I think we should give like a quick overall opinion on like the issues in the book. And we should talk about how we think it's going to tie into WandaVision, and we should also talk about what you're saying with
And in that case, I'd say spoilers. If you haven't seen any of the WandaVision episodes, like we've talked about them on some of the previous episodes, trying to skirt around some of the spoilers because some of our members of the chat hadn't seen it at that point. So, but we might delve into some spoiler territory. At this point, only 1 through 6 have been out for the WandaVision episodes.
Yeah, good spoiler warning,
number
man.
7 tonight. What's that?
It's a good spoiler warning.
Yeah.
I would have just started,
Yeah.
delving out spoilers left and right.
What happened to the Vision?
Who showed up from what universe?
Is Wanda? Interesting. But yeah. So again, WandaVision and our enjoyment of it is a big influence on a lot of the trades we've been reading these last few weeks. This definitely being one of them because again, Scarlet Witch plays a big role here. Man, Tony, you lush, go home.
Oh man, so what did you think of the story, man? Out of 10, how many did you give it?
I think part of the problem maybe for me is kind of like divorcing myself of in some ways kind of knowing where they were going to be going with this ahead of time, like what was going to be happening. But like I think it was a pretty solid story. I feel like it some of the later stuff maybe meandered a little bit, or there wasn't as much progress. I mean, like this like first issue here, there's so much popping off. Like even as you just kind of like page through it, like there's just a lot of action happening, a good amount of text. But then I feel like it kind of slows down a bit in the later stuff.
I was amazed at how fast it was moving.
Yeah, exactly.
Because
like
I didn't know what. This was my first time reading Bendis, and I didn't know what to expect because I've heard conflicting opinions.
Yeah, Brian Michael Bendis is one of those characters who obviously he's been around for a while. So like any writer creator who's been around for a while, there's going to be highs and lows for their careers, especially when it comes to subjective opinions. But because he also did the Ultimate Spider-Man run, correct?
Yes, which just got announced for reprint because Alan put it out into the universe.
He did, yeah.
Yeah, we had some trades, a few of them, and he's like, "Can we get these, like the whole set?" And we were like, "No." And I'm pretty sure I responded, "Seems prime for a reprint."
And then you winked, you turned to the camera and
yeah, exactly. And then life happened, and a few days later, the internet was like, "Guess what? Some reprints is coming."
Yeah.
So it's gonna have 3 covers.
That's a lot of covers, Johnny.
Yeah.
How do you feel about that?
Seems to be one too many.
Yeah.
I was cool with 2. 2 made sense.
What if there was just one though?
Then there's no incentive for the direct market,
Exactly.
So that's a bad thing for us, actually.
Yeah, we need our previews exclusive, basically.
Yeah.
So wait, hold up. If that's the case, is the third variant also
direct market? Yes.
Market only? Okay. So
Yeah.
That's at least something.
Yeah, but like you're then convincing. You're banking on people buying 2 copies of the same book.
Oh yeah. I mean that's. Like full stop. That's like the comics industry in general these days is like I'm not.
Yeah, but on a $125 book.
Oh yeah. Like
that's different than a $2 book or a $4
thing
book.
too is like if you're trying to like really appease to or appeal to like the collectors, like the people who just like have to have everything like that does I'm sure having that third one, I wonder it probably pulls in more people willing to collect all 3 covers. Then like it pushes away, and also I mean as with any variant cover, like the thing is like, well, if you're just looking for specific art, if like that third one is different enough, like it might someone will be like, okay, that's cool, I'll get that one, I'll get it because of that one, like it's but at that point then too, like why not 4, Johnny? Why not 5? And then we get into the Marvel like
1 in 10.
The Eternals, 1 in 10 omnibuses. One day, I'm sure that's not that unreasonable, right? Well, I mean,
what the hell?
Yeah, the heater turning on. That's Marvel knocking on the door, backing up the Brinks truck for $1 million ideas here. But yeah, like, but then sorry, I was gonna say, then you get to like the Eternals problem, where Eternals #1, which came out earlier this year, had like 20-some variant covers, and it's like, who needs that?
I won't even do variants at this point because I feel like it's giving into that. Like, it's too ridiculous, man.
Yeah, I mean, but again, there is some times where, like, I'm sure just like with these DM variants where it's like, oh, that one's kind of cooler. Although, to be fair, the Omnis, I feel like, kind of have more of a formula to them, where obviously, like, the main cover is...
Well, the Silver Age ones do.
That's
what you're saying. Yeah, I know what
you're...
Well, the modern, they're like, it's a recolored version of something, but what you were going to say, the Silver Age ones...
Yeah, it's been, like, a cover of one of the issues listed in there.
Yes.
The DM is usually kind of like an artist's reimagining or homage to that cover as well. So
right.
It's
or in some cases, a completely different piece of artwork.
Yeah.
But I tend to like the classic covers.
Yeah, I usually agree, yeah. There's been rare occasions where I'm like, I'm not DM those.
The X-Men 3 regular cover, the not classic one, is an amazing piece of art.
There was some previews reviews which we're doing, which by the way, next Tuesday should be another previews reviews. I believe this following Wednesday will be a previews week, so tune into that bad boy at 8 p.m. Central. But there was one that we were looking at where I remember it was, I think, Wolverine Volume 2, I want to say, that had 3 covers, and like it was kind of a bummer because I think like almost all 3 of them were just like Wolverine with like orangish yellow background, and like there wasn't enough.
Well,
like,
the 2 were like that, and then the third one was the Barry Windsor
right,
Smith, which didn't make sense because that issue was in the first volume, so that was a weird choice.
Exactly,
I really don't agree with that one.
Yeah, just weird stuff like that. Of like if you're gonna have like variants like that, I think like having a big change up would be cool. Like just cover a lot of bases. I don't know, but we just sell the comics. We don't make them yet.
I would like to write the comic book.
In another life, I'd like to draw them, but I kind of gave up on art, so...
Royce can draw.
Sure.
What do you mean, sure? She's a good artist.
Yeah, no, that wasn't like a dismissive sure. That's like, yeah, sure, like just getting our Pastimes publishing front going. That would be the angle for it, yeah.
Pastimes Publishing?
Yeah. PP, tap that screen.
What'd you say?
that
Tap
screen.
it?
Yeah. There we go. I didn't want
So
to
this
fall
story
asleep.
was pretty intense, man. So wait, what do you give it out of 10? You didn't answer that question.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
Just tell me, man. I'm not gonna fucking tear you apart because I
You're
liked it.
You're not gonna do this to me.
No, isn't that perfect? No, isn't that immaculate, dude?
No, like I certainly didn't hate it.
Does it for the spreads? Does it go if you turn it?
I think yeah. Well, I mean yeah. Like if it's also a tablet, so I think it should.
Ooh,
Oh,
bummer.
come on now.
That's not
To
cool.
be fair though, I haven't really used the Kindle app for this one before. I've used like CBR Reader before for some of my like PDF and like online versions of comics. So there's probably got to be some way to like go around that maybe I don't know yet. Because I also mentioned to Johnny too, like one of the things with this app that I have turned off at the moment just because for convenience sake, because we're just looking at the pages really quickly. But there are ways where you can go like basically cell by cell. Like it'll like you would tap and then it's like, all right, here's the top left cell of this one. You tap again. Like this one would go like you would have to like tap like 5 times to go through that entire page, which is honestly kind of cool. Like for somebody like me who when I'm reading a comic, occasionally like my eye will wander ahead and kind of like maybe see something on the right page when I when I'm on the left one, and you might spoil it a little bit or jump ahead. Like it kind of prevents that, but also it gives more of a pacing to it, I think. Because there are some versions of digital comics where they lean into that formula and they go cell by cell, and sometimes like they'll have like transitions from cell to cell or like little animations, or sometimes they'll like do sound effects too. So I don't know. Talking about like digital comics, I think that there's definitely a place for them. I think you kind of lean more towards physical, right, Johnny? Obviously with your collection, but also
yeah, but like the practicality of it too is the hard part because like I feel like I've got too much now. Like so it's like
think of how much space, like we'll say like 50 omnibuses.
Yeah, it's a lot. And then like
if I had 50 omnibuses on there, saved, preloaded, ready whenever and wherever.
Well, and then to me a big point is like the modern stuff is colored digitally, so I feel like you're losing less by seeing it in a digital format as opposed to older artwork which really benefits from being on a page.
Yeah.
Like if you pulled up like a Marvel Masterworks on here, like it would look amazing, but like that was originally meant to be on paper. Like it was colored that way.
Yeah.
This was colored with a computer, so like how inappropriate is it to look at it on a computer?
Yeah.
So that's kind of why I don't collect modern stuff. It just looks the same on here. It doesn't do anything for me.
Yeah, no, and
it looks great on here. It's not even a disc. Like this looks so good. And it's big. Like the trim size, it's bigger than an omnibus.
Tell me about that trim size.
There's no gutter loss.
I could see every
I didn't have to stretch no spine.
Exactly. Yeah. There was no warm-up process for this, all other than me turning on my computer. Because I was just talking about Johnny with this beforehand. There's definitely the convenience factor, but yeah, they're I mean, to be fair, like this is probably an argument or something that's kind of coming more of a head, in modern day, because obviously with DC kind of leaning more towards the digital format these days, more so than the print, and kind of shifting more things online and digital first or digital only.
Like that Batman '89 series that they're gonna release digitally first, that I'm really pissed about.
Yeah, exactly.
Why can't I read it first? Why do I have to? I don't know.
Because they want you to get into their system, and then when you're in the system, you see all the perks of that, and then you're like, wait a minute, why am I buying paper like a caveman, Johnny?
Because it feels good. It That's why.
You know, it feels good. Me popping this in my backpack and being able to go wherever. And now I've got like my entire comics collection ready to be stolen when I forget my backpack, and unable to resell if I ever wanted to.
Yeah, but you've also not forked up the same amount of money
I mean, yeah,
up
like
front.
that's the thing is, there's obviously pros and cons. We talk about this.
Well-
Like, we'll talk about this. We talk about this with like customers here and there too. When we talk about like the DC stuff and the shift to either digital stuff or to some degree like the only putting out comics in like collected editions, and it's just interesting to hear people's different opinions on that. So.
Well, I do not know what the hell I was going to say.
It happens.
I do know what I was going to say. I do know that not everything is available on these formats. That's the other part.
Yeah.
Because I know some of the epics, I think they release all of the epics digitally, but a few of them have yet to be transferred over, and I know one of them is like one of the oldest ones from like 2015 or some shit, and they just haven't gotten around to it yet. I think it's an Iron Man one.
Sure. I'm sure it comes down to like public interest to some degree. Like, you know, they'll probably hit the mainline bangers first and then go from there. But Iron Man, I ain't never heard of him. He ain't on this panel right here.
Right there.
Johnny, how come they let this lush in the Avengers?
Well, he's actually sober, but as we know, because we've read the story and we're just going to jump around, Wanda's creating...
Sorry, go back one more page.
One more?
Yep, one more from here. All right, these close-ups, like, the faces, Johnny, I don't know, man. Like,
yeah, they
Ant-Man,
look
Captain, like, Tony Stark, and then, like, Doctor Strange comes in, too, and they have kind of, like, same-face syndrome, like, a little bit. Like, I don't know. Like, again, not ragging too hard on it, but, like, it was the kind of thing of, like, you know, I would have a moment of just, like, here's this close-up page of somebody's face, and I'm like, that's a little... could be better. Why are you all here? Go home.
Go back to your homes.
Avengers, disassemble.
Yeah, so, like, basically all this horrendous shit is happening to the Avengers over and over again, and they can't figure out why.
Yeah.
And then,
So, like, Jack of Hearts shows up, and he, like,
apparently it was a guy that got killed in the Avengers.
suicide bombs, like, the Avengers mansion. They get then attacked by Ultron machines.
We should point this out, that, like, if you do read this, it's a great jumping on point. It was, like, really easy to get into, but you definitely get, like, some spoilers for the history of the Avengers. So, like, generally, like, we're yet to read X-Men stuff because I'm, like, I need to read it from the beginning first. I refuse to let anything be spoiled for me.
Yeah. Which I certainly appreciate.
Thank you. So, but... with this, like, I guess what? I don't know who that Jack of Hearts guy was, but I know now whenever I go back and read Avengers and I am introduced to him that he will be dying. Because that is a point, that's a plot point. So, you do get a lot of spoilers with this. That is a fact.
Yeah.
But basically a bunch of bad shit is happening to them.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
Yeah. Well, you never answered my question, dude. What did you think of the damn story?
Yeah, out of 10. They had scrolls. Like it was definitely good. No, like I'm not trying to dance around it. I mean, man, look at all these arrows that he's got though. He said he was gonna go back and get more arrows, and then he had like 100
He's got a bunch of satchels, man.
quivers.
You cold?
A little bit. I'm quivering. No, it's like I will say 8 out of 10. Seems reasonable, right?
Sure. Yeah, I really liked it a lot. I'm not.
Yeah, and like
I'm not upset that you didn't.
I
like,
dig it for the implications and all that stuff too. So, hell yeah. Speaking of, here's my boy, Doctor Strange.
You know what? I'm not gonna lie. I think it lived up more or less to like what I thought it would be, and maybe that's why I liked it a lot because it was what I thought it would be.
Yeah,
and that's
back
cool.
a page, and then we got Wasp here ruining
everything
for everybody. Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, you're right. It is her fault. I didn't even think of that.
Yeah.
100%. Yeah. So okay, some of the stuff we learned about in Tom King's vision and in. I wish we'd have just read all this stuff chronologically.
Yeah.
We're really jumping around a lot.
That happens.
It's fine.
That's how comics go. Yeah.
So there was the Vision Scarlet Witch, 1984. 1985 that we read, or 1982.
Mm-hmm.
We learn from there and the Vision that at one point Scarlet Witch, Wanda Maximoff, created children, and then Agatha Harkness,
Yes.
Basically convinced her to like make them go away because she just had to stop believing in them because they weren't real.
Yes.
That's basically the gist of it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, but apparently the story in here is that like Wanda doesn't even know that happened or that she had children.
Yeah, they had like cleared her mind of that whole incident, I believe.
So here, the Wasp accidentally kind of slips to her that she had kids at one point, and
like, wait, what kids? Oh, sorry, nothing. I must have been drinking too much. Oops, silly me. Sorry,
right.
Bye.
So then, basically, Wanda goes and recreates the kids, and while she does this, she's having a mental breakdown.
Yeah.
And she's inadvertently causing all this horrible shit to happen to the Avengers. So that's what we're seeing unfold here.
Yeah, 'cause they keep being attacked, and nobody knows what's happening, why, who's the cause of it. So Doctor Strange comes in here and starts laying down the law of, hey man, these are some rough magics. Sorry, I would have noticed them sooner, but I was off meditating.
Makes sense.
Exactly. That's how you write away a plot hole. So he comes in and he starts like laying down the law of like, who do we think could have done this? This is definitely something magic at play. Like he created a bubble here to like, talk to them secretly, but he doesn't have much time. So,
and Cap knows. Cap, he's got the
I feel like
inkling.
he's kind of like reluctant or doesn't want to believe. Like
that's what's happening.
When Doctor Strange starts, giving his opinion of what's happening here, like people either don't believe or don't know or just kind of don't want to believe it. But he's like, no, Wanda is kind of unstable and has stronger power than we first thought. Magic is nothing to trifle with, and because she is a mutant who has like hex magic powers, unlike Doctor Strange, who like had to train and basically honestly like earn his powers. It's here is like giving a nuclear weapon to somebody like just basically like a teenager like who doesn't have the proper mentality or ability to handle these powers. So like she's just kind of breaking at the seams, and like her powers are like lashing out.
You don't even like the way Doctor Strange is drawn, man? That cape is
no, it's cool.
Wild,
and
dude.
There's a sweet splash page with him, but when it's like the close up, like certain close up shots and stuff of faces.
I mean, it looks just like Tony Stark. You're right.
Exactly. Yeah.
No, you're not wrong. Now that you've pointed that out, I don't like the way Beast looks. I think that's the way he's just drawn these days, but he looks terrible, dude.
Like the like more obviously bestial Beast.
I forgot about this. Amazing. Where they're like
even
splicing
if it's just,
in.
like, straight, just like copying images from older comics.
Oh, that's tight.
It was done in a cool way.
Yeah, they did weave in the history of the Avengers really cool. Yeah. Like really well.
Like you said, it's a good way, like, if you know the broad strokes of the characters, you could easily jump on here and kind of follow what's going on. But yeah, here we go. They, like, after Doctor Strange kind of, like, laid bare what he thought and, how crazy in some ways Wanda sounded and what she was doing with her powers, they kind of go and confront her.
Yeah, and it turns into a big battle.
Yep.
You'd imagine it to be. Oh man, yeah, she's like creating dead people. Like it's just insane. It flowed really well.
Yeah.
And then Doctor Strange shows up, and he was like,
getting into a wizard battle here.
Hell yeah, dude! You're abusing the mystic arts. Yeah. What you doing?
Fighting Dormammu.
Yeah, man. Oh.
There it is. Yeah, the Eye of Agamotto. Yeah.
So Doctor Strange basically puts her in like a coma.
Yeah.
More or less.
Just knocks her out, and then tries to deal with what happened. And when they go into the kind of house that she had taken over, they find the mummified, decaying corpse of Agatha.
Yeah.
Very much. Hell yeah, there's your boy.
Hell yeah, Magneto shows up. Give me my daughter.
Give me my daughter.
Wanda. Xavier was right. So yeah, I mean that's why I gotta read the X-Men shit now, because you probably see where he takes her. I would assume.
Sure, yeah.
Well, he takes her to Xavier, but and yeah. So after this, oh dude, it cuts. Man,
I dug this.
Dude, it like cut deep.
Yeah.
Because I bet, like, reading this, like, if you just read Avengers straight through, this is just, like, some sappy-ass, like, end of a fucking issue.
Exactly, yeah. Whereas now they're kind of making it some actual, like...
Yeah, dude! It's, so you know, you just watch Wanda destroy the Avengers. Oh, by the way, we didn't mention, Scott Lang...
Oh, yeah.
Ant-Man...
Big rips.
Hawkeye and the Vision all die.
Yeah.
But actually die.
Yeah.
Which was crazy.
Yeah, even though what happened was basically what kind of tantamounted to like an illusion or, you know, just like powerful kind of recreations, their deaths were real.
Yeah.
There's no avoiding that, yeah.
So it cuts back. So she just destroys the Avengers. You know, the Avengers Disassembled. That's what it is. So.
Oh!
Shut the God, you're so lucky you're technically working above me now at this point. My boss, I guess. Is that the right word for you? Mr. Manager.
Friends, yeah.
Friend?
Yeah.
You're my friend. I agree. Thanks, man. My
All
friend.
the managers, you were the most
Friend.
I
don't know, dude. That guy in Starbucks. No, he ended up not being as cool as I thought after I stopped working there. I think it really offended him that I wanted to go and make a living instead of not for some reason. So it cuts back to like the original issue of the Avengers where Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver join the team,
yeah.
And it's like this big thing because like they're accepting these like villains to the team. You know what I mean? Because they were bad guys up until then.
Yes.
And I don't know. It just cuts deep because you see like, I mean, hold on, sorry. God, this is why you don't do digital. I mean, you know, Hawkeye's in that picture. There's Ant-Man. She kills them. Like, that's pretty messed up, man. I liked it, dude. What did you think of that?
Old-timey writing sure is something, huh?
It's...
I mean, whatever, like, my whole shtick is I love, like, schlocky, like, 40s horror comics that have, like, notoriously bad writing, so, I don't know, it's just always funny, like...
I don't know, man,
like
this is the kind of stuff I see, and I'm like, do I need to...
Exactly, yeah,
all the Silver Age
kind of
stuff.
Of like this top part here, like
it's cooler in theory.
Captain America like had been like off on a mission for a while, so like he wasn't on the team, and he rejoined them, and now they're having like this like chummy moment where like Ant-Man is like, you know, like huzzah, like throwing him up and down in his arms, and like it's the kind of thing that like if you try to picture them making a movie scene with that now, like how would that fare? You know, like just some of like the kind of schlocky old timey stuff.
They have like this press meeting.
Exactly. Yeah. Hello there. We're the new Avengers here. See.
Right now, the crowds are with us. But without Thor, Giant Man, and Iron Man, do we have enough strength to justify the confidence? I wonder.
Shut up, Hawkeye.
The end.
Go get your quiver. But yeah, no, like it's. I'm always happy when they include stuff like this. Like even with the scene of Doctor Strange talking about Scarlet Witch and like them cutting back to kind of like old images and art and stuff like that. Like I'm always a fan of like them kind of using those materials in like modern comics, or like as almost kind of like if they're having like a flashback scene, instead of just doing it like black and white and stuff like that, actually like using like the old material.
It was a nice touch.
This art style was kind of hit or miss too for me, but
this
again, like yeah, like,
I don't know why it changed.
That is like very much because I think it's a different. Like this is the finale tie-in, and I think it's obviously like a different artist. But I feel like man, when we talk about like modern art stuff, like this whole
this looks different than that. Like this looks like the rest of the stuff.
Yeah, like this was just a scene, but like when they use stuff like that, where it's like basically like you could tell that they either still used a photo of people or just traced over a photo of people and basically kind of like a Photoshop effect to it. Like that is very indicative, I feel like, of a lot of like 2000s comics that I really don't
see. I think just paging through what I have, the entire Bendis Daredevil run, I think looks like this, and it really bothers me.
Yeah,
I think it looks terrible.
Like I think it was kind of like, oh, whoa, cool, man. It's like basically like it's real.
Yeah, but I'm like, they're supposed to be comics.
It's like a picture, man. And
yeah.
It's like, yeah, but like the Photoshop filtery type stuff is very kind of cringy to me, and like I get it, like it's a style, and there are some people who like it, but
Well, and the broad strokes of this, to use one of Mike's phrases, is Tony Stark is basically like, yeah, guys, like, I can't fund this again.
Yeah.
Like, his reputation's destroyed, because one of the things that Wanda did was when he was addressing the UN, she basically intoxicated him, even though he wasn't drunk, and he made a fool of himself, and it basically ruined...
To be fair, though, he was right. Tony Stark was right. F. Latveria.
You know, I can't really disagree with you either on that one, man.
Yeah, but yeah, since he does it in such a public stage, you know, his reputation was ruined, and he had to step down as, what was it, the Minister of Defense for the United States.
I think Secretary of Defense. I don't
Secretary.
think we have a Minister of Defense. This isn't the damn Harry Potter world. Jesus, Mike.
Boy, my job is Minister of Defense, see? Boy,
Grab your wand and your different flavored jelly berries. It tastes like vomit and mouth water.
I had butterbeer before I went to talk to the UN.
Chips are what we call fries. Man, we're gonna get sued or shut off or turned off the air or something.
Something like that.
Wait, how did we even get there? How did that even happen?
I said Minister
Pretty
of
sure
Defense.
a moment ago we were doing old-timey comic book talk. Well, see, I'm the Hawkeye.
Now we're doing, exactly. Yeah, welcome to our, we're doing some character bits here. But yeah, no, I said that he was Minister of Defense instead of Secretary.
Minister, what do you think this is? Harry Potter world?
Boy, butterbeer. Yeah, so he was disgraced on a public stage. He had to step down. Well, he was forced to step down, and now without that, he doesn't have the funding to kind of continue the Avengers initiative. So he's like, well,
Thinks he paid for everything.
yeah, exactly.
Tony Moneybag Stark.
Now Tony.
Quicksilver trying to do some
Fox
apology,
Stark.
weird thing that he comes and just leaves. It's strange.
Yeah, bye.
Yeah. Pietro, Wonder Man. Yeah, this looks like different art now again.
Yeah, those like first few images.
Yeah, I wonder why it switches. That's weird.
There's a couple different artists on this.
Yeah, maybe that's
finale
why.
Thing. It's like it dips like when they especially when they have their moments of kind of wistfully thinking back on the past. Of Johnny, what's your favorite Avengers moments? Well, that
This
time
one.
when I was coming out of the ground like that, which sure was cool.
I like this panel actually. The
Yeah.
from like the Return of
Yeah,
Captain
when they
America.
first, thawed him out.
It's a cool way to end a series, though.
Yeah, no, like it's a good send off. Shame they couldn't stick with it. But
Yeah,
that's
no
comic.
shit.
That was cool.
It's a little too realistic for
My
me.
Instagram picture.
What's up?
I said, here's my Instagram art that I posted right there. But yeah, they're basically like, they're like, well, I guess we're not Avengers anymore. That sure sucks. And then they're just kind of like recounting old tales of.
It's Scotty Young.
No, but yeah, it's definitely like a cartoony version of beating up Thanos. But yeah, so they just kind of like go around the table and talk about some of their favorite moments. They realize that like a lot of them were parts that they weren't even. A lot of them were events that they weren't even part of as individual characters, and they're like, well, I guess maybe we like the idea of being Avengers more so than actually like some of the stuff that we did, or like what we stood for above all else. So, and then they toast to
All
fallen
the dead
Avengers.
guys, yeah. Gilgamesh.
What did you call him?
Two Gun Kid. Understrike. Swordsman.
Johnny, when are we reading some Two Gun Kid comics?
I'm sorry, Mike, I didn't hear you. I was choosing to not listen.
That's probably for the best.
Yeah, let's stick with that. Yeah, and then they got this nice little memorial thing where they go out and, like, the whole city is like, we love you, you're our Avengers.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the end of it.
Yeah.
And you think, wow, that's how they're going to end it. And that's how they're going to end it.
Mm-hmm.
They're not going to, like, come out with some new series titled New Avengers or something. No, I actually really dig New Avengers, man.
Yeah.
So, all right. Oh, and then they have the cover gallery for all 500 issues. That's sick. That's tight.
Yeah, I'm not too familiar with the format here, but yeah, look at that. Do you have something alive in that box? Do you have like pop rocks going off in there?
It does sound like pop rocks in that box. That rhymed, and I really like that it rhymed. So, all right. How do you think this is going to tie into WandaVision?
Well, I mean, obviously,
Pretty sure we're gonna agree on everything.
well, I mean, we kind of got bits of that when like she kind of went back out into like the, I guess, real world is a way to put it.
Yeah.
And like was like, hey, everybody back off and stuff like
fuck
that.
with
So, like,
me.
she can definitely turn on them, and then obviously at the end of episode 6, where like her kind of sphere of influence, I guess you could call it, the what is it, Westview,
Yeah.
is now like
Expanded.
expanded. Yeah, like. So we definitely see, much like in here, that she has the power to kind of create these like catastrophic events and like huge assaults. So I think that that's going to be part of it. Obviously, again, hey man, those kids ain't real. like they definitely like touched on that and like alluded to that, and like even like Vision within Westview is kind of like seeing the seams, especially in the last episode.
Yeah.
And I think that's going to be a big part of it too, of just like the what happens when she snaps and realizes, or kind of more so acknowledges, were the kids you beat up at the McDonald's real? Yeah, exactly. That's what I asked too. Every day, like, was that all part of my dream?
Wait, did you also beat up kids at McDonald's? I thought he was talking to me. Did you?
Oh yeah, when did you beat them up?
Oh, last week. I wanted a Happy Meal. They got the last one, and I said, "You're not getting that Pokemon card."
Johnny, you're taking my bit that was the entirety of last Monday's Pokepacks with Rice and Mike.
Sounds like you stole my life, or we both just live the exact same life.
I mean, there's a lot of
Which
McDonald's.
McDonald's did you go to?
There's a lot of McDonald's.
Well, which one did you go to?
Exactly. Yeah, thank you, Raj. Gimmick infringement. I went to the one in Glenview, the one in
Oh,
Niles.
see, I went to the other ones, and that's where I beat up kids.
All of them.
Well, you went to those ones. I went to the other ones.
Other ones. Okay, gotcha.
I went to one at Oakton in Milwaukee.
Mm-hmm.
I went to the one in Milwaukee and north of Gulf.
Uh-huh.
You guys are soulmates.
Thank you.
I can dig that.
Soulmates. How about the Soul Stone, Johnny? What about that commercial? That's the Soul Stone.
That was pretty dark. I liked it. Claymation, too. It really dug that.
That's
Yo Magic.
so good.
Just grab some of Yo Magic.
I really wish that they played it straight for the first, like, 6, 7 episodes instead of, like, revealing what's going on. But, I mean, I get that they obviously have to, like, for the storylines. And also for people to not feel like, hey, this is a weird show. But I think that was part of the magic. Like,
Yeah.
of that, like, if you just saw that Yo Magic thing, just pop in there out of nowhere, just like stuff like that are my favorite parts of the series, and that's what I'm looking forward to.
It's so good. Okay, so man, I mean, okay, I feel like the ending of this is very much the direction they're going to take.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I think Doctor Strange is showing up.
Yeah.
And I think him and Wanda are going to get into some battle after she did some. I think she's going to expand her thing over the whole world and turn it into her reality.
Yeah.
And he's going to be like, and that's going to lead us into some multiverse of madness.
Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah.
Do you think anybody... Okay, some people seem to think that potentially Magneto could show up. What do you think?
I think that would be... I mean, we definitely got that... a reveal like that with Quicksilver, obviously, with...
Yeah.
Hey, check this out. Like, we're dipping into the X-Men universe, fellas. Although there's also, obviously, talks of... Hey, that ain't Quicksilver, that's Mephisto?
Or Nightmare.
Exactly, yeah. I think that's too easy, I don't think so. To which part? Magneto showing up, Charlie? But yeah, no, I mean... But then there's also... Yeah, he says to Magneto showing up, that's too easy, so he doesn't think it'll happen.
It's fair.
Yeah.
Oh, wait.
Because then there's also the question, too,
We got Charlie. We're talking spoilers for that show.
Broad ones.
He didn't see 6.
Yeah,
He didn't see
okay,
episode 6
yeah,
yet.
we'll keep it easy on the 6 specific spoilers. It's Halloween, Charlie. Spoilers. But I guess they could, but then it's the thing too. Then is it going to be Ian McKellen, or is it going to be Michael Fassbender,
Or somebody else. Like a new cast.
Yeah.
I would dig Michael Fassbender.
Oh yeah. Although Ian McKellen too, though. What if they were both there, Johnny?
That would be the coolest.
We're
I
both
had
here for our
I
daughter.
don't know how true this was. I had read that they approached Patrick Stewart and he declined.
Off doing Star Wars Discovery or Star Trek Discovery.
Oh my God!
You want to hand me that? You can just hand me the tablet now.
Do you want to never ever ever call Star Trek Star Wars again, you work at a comic book store. That was embarrassing. I'm not even going to joke.
Star Wars Discovery. Yeah, exactly. Thank you, Charlie. Might as well be.
Yeah.
Come on. It's not.
Why did we look up Clive Barker?
You didn't know who Clive Barker was.
I still
What do you
don't.
mean, why did we look up Clive Barker? Why did you look up Clive Barker, Johnny?
Why did you call Star Trek Star Wars, Mike?
Isn't it the same?
You know what? I'm going to end this show. I'm clicking the X. Clicking the X. Bye, Clive Barker. You've been X'd. You've been axed. The Brexting. Yeah, I don't know, man. Digital comics. For modern stuff, after seeing it on that screen, I think there's an argument. But you should still have to have a subscription at your local comic shop. That makes the most sense.
Exactly. Yeah, obviously we'd be shooting ourselves in the foot if it came to that. But also, to some degree, like, if it is the better format, then, out with the old and with the new.
Well, then they need to... DC needs to up their collected editions game if they're going to go all digital, because their collected editions department is just insanely whack and out of control, and they don't know what they're doing.
But they don't need to collect anything. They just need to put everything on there. Just get it online. What if we were reading, instead of trying to hunt down Batman the Cult, it's just you Google it in there. Batman
Mine
the Cult.
is in
Now
the
I'm
mail.
reading it.
I already tracked it down.
Good work.
Pretty stoked to get that one.
Hell yeah. Yeah, no, so I definitely dug Avengers Disassembled. I'm curious to see, again, how much they take, influence from that for the show. You gonna stay up and watch episode 7 tonight?
100%. Staying up till 2 in the morning.
Hell yeah.
Gonna grab some type of pizza.
Ooh.
Yeah. Maybe a Reggio's. You ever had those? They're good oven pizzas. I should have gotten one from Manelli's. That would have been the smart move. Maybe I'll go break in there.
Yeah, it's probably for the best. We'll keep an eye out for the news for that. In the meantime, we can still chat. If everybody has any questions about Avengers, any questions, theories on WandaVision.
Yeah, which is your favorite Avenger?
In the meantime, though, if anybody has any suggestions for the next...
Hold
on. Let's get the conversation going, Johnny. Any suggestions for next week's book?
Berserk 6, starring Zach.
I
would.
I would too, but the question is, would Zach? Raj asks, you guys like mystery? Like Journey Into?
Mr. E?
Enigma?
Mr. Enigma?
Sin City or Frank Miller Daredevil? We've definitely talked about Sin City. Charlie, it's real kind of weird the fact that they don't have any in-print collections of Sin City.
Yeah.
Like, we can do this check again. This is our...
Literally got it up right here.
Ooh, mind management. Raj suggests. We can definitely get into that. I've still got the Raj suggestion of... I'm waiting for these to come in because I ordered them. We've got the... oh god, where's my notes? Sheriff of Babylon that Roger suggested too, as far as Tom King in our Let's Hurt Johnny streak of doing Tom King books. Yeah, mind management. I feel like that's another one that Eric suggested. You all bring my copy of Sheriff because we'll all gather around and read story time with Raj. I mean, again, Roger, worst case, as we've seen here, we can do digital stuff too as well, if it's still out of print. And that's the bummer again with Sin City is I want to collect and have a collected edition of Sin City because it seems neat, but for whatever reason, like a kind of more well-known book like that is just out of print, right? Like.
Yeah, it's not available.
And even the ones that we have, it's we have book 2 or something like that, or book 3. So it's
What's the first story arc? Dame to Kill For is available on hardcover, but I think the Yellow Bastard's the first one.
That's what I thought. Yeah, we've got Donald Sutherland as recast Magneto. We'll keep an eye out for it.
Is that Are you joking?
So you're gonna have to wait till 2 a.m. to find out, Johnny.
Today? He's gonna be in today's episode? Episode 7? That's bold.
I think exactly, yeah.
Yeah, I feel like my
find out, this Raj.
elbow needs to crack, but it didn't. Dude, there's something beautiful about a trade paperback, Mike.
That's what I've always
What's your preference? What's your actual preference? Like, All right, if the options
I'm gonna
were
be real. Here's my power rankings of comics. Even as somebody who works in a comic book store. Option 1, digital.
asshole,
Fight me. Come at me, kid.
I just did.
You old men.
Oh,
Make way for the future. Look at
Aaron,
this.
we gotta talk.
Johnny,
Mike's out of control.
Look at this.
He's
Look at how
losing
thin
it.
That is.
He's
Look at how
losing
many-
it.
Look at how many comics I've got on here, Johnny.
That doesn't even look like a comic.
It's all of them. And then I'm just over here like, oh, I'm reading comics over here. I'm on the plane reading comics.
Can't go on a plane. It's a pandemic. Alan Mike's been going on planes, and it's reading digital.
Digital.
Okay, digital's your number 1.
Johnny, number 2. Soft covers.
Trade paperbacks?
Sure, yeah. Number 3, hardcover.
Well, okay, but like a normal size hardcover or an omnibus, like do you not like omnibuses at all?
It's not that I don't like them. It's just a thing of, well, I mean, one, obviously the barrier to entry of price. I mean, if it's like, because if it's a series that I don't know about and like, you know, want to like test it out and like want to get like a trade paperback or like a small story arc, like we talked about here of the, if you wanted to get just this version and it was only available in omnibus, you know, like you're paying $125 for like 5 issues, which, you know, not the most ideal way to do it. But yeah, Charlie asked, how about floppies?
So you prefer trades over like the Berserk books?
Berserks are cool. Like in terms of Berserk, would I rather obviously get them in the hardcover or like the small manga graphic novels? Definitely the collected. But that's also because like it's presented better here. It's bigger format than it normally is, which definitely helps. Like I kind of dig like treasury editions and stuff like that. Or
Well, the
artist
omnibus
editions.
is bigger.
Yeah, I guess they are.
Guess.
This one more so with Berserk.
Well, yeah, because those are very small to begin with.
Floppies, yeah, I collect them, but I mean, like, usually that's just for, like, the covers and stuff like that, just, like, for variants, as much as we were, like, ragging on variants earlier.
Oh, yeah, comics. I don't buy those to read.
Mhm.
Those are to collect.
Yeah, exactly, yeah, like, but yeah, man.
Man,
Because for me, like, if I'm reading a comic, like, I'm usually
gonna buy the shit out of this book, man.
just, like, in bed. I can't go inviting an omnibus into my bed like that.
Charlie does.
I
Read a
don't know,
variant.
not
Let's talk
here-
about that
not here
earlier.
to tell tales out of school here about who's doing what in their bed with omnis, but yeah, like, and again, like, I was in bed reading comics on my computer. I can't drag a laptop or a desktop into bed with me. Just get a tablet.
I mean, this thing it opens so easily. Oh, Charlie, tiger people. Tiger person.
Spoilers. Is that Chitara from Wonder Woman 88, 84? 84. Yes.
Is that who that is? Doesn't make any sense. You're cross.
Cross on the stream.
Oh, you're being Johnny hit him with the absolute. Oh! The absolute edition.
Wait, Johnny, what's your power ranking? If we're doing like digital, soft cover, hardcover, floppies.
Standard size hardcover. Omnibus. No. Take that back. Standard size hardcover. DC Absolute. Omnibus. Trade paperback. Floppies. Never reading comic books again. An empty spot. Digital.
So we're digital. So you're leaving your digitals on the floor at that point.
Yep, that's where they belong. Right
Okay.
below the empty spot. Okay, hold on. Dude, standard size hardcovers have annoying page tucks in spine.
Yeah, Johnny, what are you gonna do about gutter loss and page tucks?
Wait, what do you mean page is that what you mean? Are you talking gutter loss?
I assume so.
Yeah, but so do trade paperbacks. That's not gonna.
Look at that page that's tucked in there.
I mean, if
What's going on
it
there?
wasn't a white border, if it was a splash, you'd be getting gutter loss right now.
You want to be able to see what the hell that.
That's where omnibuses reign supreme. Is they have the least amount of gutter loss because of the eye that you get when you open the spine properly. That's actually why you get no gutter
What
loss.
about digital ones where it's 0% gutter
Well,
loss.
looks like when you turned it to a splash page, it didn't zoom in on the picture.
That's I think that's the problem with me not knowing the program.
That is a
well.
problem with you and your digital comics. You are a problem. We all know this, and you just admitted it. So we have it on camera.
Well, Raj also said your mouth is gutter loss, so.
Your mouth is a gutter loss. Your mouth is a. Your mouth is a. Hey! I'm not sure if that's an insult or not. I'm kind of offended, I think.
You know what?
What are your power rankings?
You know what I haven't shown on the stream in a bit? How do y'all feel about pins? I got some pins that finally came in.
Oh, let's see. I want to see.
Do you want to show it on yours?
Yeah.
Can you catch this?
Yeah. I'm the athletic one. Are you effing kidding me right now? Oh my god.
You ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
You got your Letterman jacket on?
Are you gonna throw it? God. Hand.
How do you feel about Berserk?
Is that like handmade?
Yeah.
Void, Conrad, Vibik, Slan, Femto. One of their names is Conrad. That show just lost, or that whole series just lost a point.
Yeah, I gotta sell my hard cards. But yeah, I've got another one for Berserk. That was gonna be one of them.
Let's see.
What company made that? I was gonna make a post. So I think it's on the back.
No, there's nothing on here.
Alright. And probably on the back of the pin. Because I was going to make a post of some of the new ones I got in and tag them like on Instagram and Facebook. Here's another one. I got that one off Etsy. I think I just searched Berserk pin on Etsy, as I want to do.
Okay, that was a.
Yeah, that was my fault. That was my fault. I'll admit it. Overshot it.
Oh!
There's different weights.
I like
one's
that.
Cutesy. Hell yeah. We got a Pokemon Avengers mashup of Gardevoir and God, I don't know who Vision is.
Psyduck?
No, I think it's like Porygon Z.
Okay, this is why
Yeah,
Pokemon's
Porygon
fucking
Vision.
lame.
Yeah, exactly. Because
Sorry.
Porygon is like the digital one.
No, okay, you know what? There's 151 of them. Okay, that one
Alright,
was
that
fine.
one was on you.
That was 100%. This is what you get for buying one that doesn't have the originals. What else you got?
This one took forever to come in. This is what happens when you buy pins from China.
Oh!
Well, one, it's actually pretty dope. It's crazy that there was no official one.
Really?
Your boy out here buying counterfeit pins. Get at me, DC.
That's legit as hell.
I know. It's awesome. But this took like literally 4 months for it to come in.
Wow.
Wait, when did we read?
I was gonna say look at the board, but that's not gonna help.
Updated. Yeah, something that got hand pinned. You're gonna have to fight me, Raj. Like I said, when I make the post, I could link like the Etsy store that it was, but we're not selling that. I think they still had it in stock. Like none of these are necessarily out of stock ones. But like I said, that Red Sun one I had to buy on like Alibaba.com, and it took forever to get here, and I had to open a dispute because at some point it said that they had delivered it, and I'm like, hey man, I ain't getting no pins. What's going on here? And then they're like, didn't want to pay me money for it because it didn't show up, and then they finally conceded, oh wait, no, that was just a weird tracking error. It's still in transit like for like 40 days, and I'm like, okay, well, I just want
And
my
40
pin.
nights?
The headache worth it. Yeah, like it was definitely worth it. Like that's actually pretty sweet. I mean, Red Sun, the comic, I think I kind of turned on after reading it again recently. But the pin's cool.
Yeah, the book sucked, Mike.
Yeah, well, you know. Let me see what's going on in here. I've also got just a straight up, like, pin tin of, like, check out these big pins. Like, at this point, like, these are a bunch of pins that I'd collected. Just to wrap that sort of, it's still a neat concept, but like the details, like after going back into it, I'm like, yeah, there's some.
Who wrote that one again?
Oh God. Mark Miller.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Millar.
Millar, yeah, exactly, yeah. No, I still dig it. Like, I still stand by some of the stuff that they did in there, but then like rereading it and like the ending, I'd forgotten like the turn that the ending took, and I'm like, that's kind of lame. That just kind of like undoes everything, and why did it matter? That backtracking, I can't, it happens. What else have we got in here? Oh, hell yeah. Since I knew that, at some point I just went and bought a bunch of Berserk pins because I'm like, man, we got 15 of these things to go through. This part hasn't come up in the story yet, so I'm saving it for whatever scene or whatever book we're.
This is Berserk?
Yeah, show that bad boy off. I'm sure our boy. I'm sure this happens on the boat, but this is that's the dark armor wolf gut stuff. I know it's the kind of thing where I've seen him and I've seen that imagery, but I don't know the context of it. Oh, that echo. Sorry, I don't know what's echoing. I didn't touch anything. I'm sorry if I'm fussing with things. This one's still taped and wrapped, but eventually we'll get to Spider-Man.
Wait, eventually.
Yeah.
You pre-buying pins?
Always, man.
We should read Craven's Last Hunt, dog.
We should do what?
Craven's Last Hunt. Oh shit! This is vintage as hell!
Show that bad boy off.
1995! That is so dope! I can't believe that.
Yeah? I'm weird when it comes to pins, but that was one where I'm like, I know I want to read Craven's Last Hunt, so let me track this bad boy down.
Dude, did you see all the cool ones I got on the back?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we're gonna have to hunt those ones down next too.
Not suitable for children under 36 months owing to sharp points or small components.
How many months are we, Johnny?
More than 36.
36? Okay, so we're
Dude,
fine.
we're good.
Also, I don't have to toss this one over there, but here's a sweet Spawn one. Because I'm figured eventually we're going to read Spawn.
Well, the compendium we get next week, so we should read it soon.
Yeah. I got another Berserk one. I've got Guts saying, with his sweet Guts face, saying what they are my kind. Whenever that scene happens in the book, that one will represent that one. We got weird stuff in here. Got Miles Morales. I got Court of Owls. I've got Talia al Ghul. It's kind of a racier one.
We'll see. Ooh.
It could be looter.
As far as pins go,
Damn, dude.
got some X-Men ones.
What? Prove it.
Got a lot of them.
Prove it.
I got this sweet. It's a real pensive looking Batman. My face when Batman comics. Definitely throwing Court of Owls into the comics corner hat again. Yeah.
Oh, wait. I'll do that.
Yeah, Raj, at this point, yes, that's just it. That's the answer.
Yeah.
Next week, Court of Owls.
Sold.
All right. Sure. All right, there you go. That solves that. What I was gonna say is, in the coming week, Johnny, I think you and I should make a a Google Doc or something like that, and just have a list of books that you want to do, a list of books that I want to do, and then worst case
The
we
list
have
of books that Roger Lou suggests.
exactly yeah, and then on top of the usual kind of chat suggestions. That way we've got ones always waiting in the wings, Court of Owl pun, and then we could just, if nothing else, just hit randomize, pick one of those, and there we go. I guess we are reading Spawn Compendium. But yeah.
Yeah, we'll read that next week.
Yeah, the following week, yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, next Thursday, Court of Owls. So are we talking about the entirety of it? Are we talking about trade paperback?
Yeah,
one
first
of it?
trade paperback.
Yeah,
I think
so
it's
it was
1 through
New
6.
52. Yeah. Yeah, Johnny. Because I know we've got one over there. I just forget. I think it's 1 through 6. There's Hobgoblin. Here's again another Berserk sword one that says something in Japanese. Probably says Berserk or sword.
Yep, 1
who's
through
your
6.
favorite?
Oh, you know what though?
Do City of Owls I read it. What's that, Raj? Is that
That's the second 1 through 12. So would be 1 through 12.
1 through 12? Jeez. How many issues are you looking forward to reading, Johnny?
6.
6. That sounds good. if we like it, we can always dip back into it.
Yeah, we'll just read it. We'll just make it a second one because I want to read the whole series, dude. So we'll just do like a trade paperback each time because it's 10 trades.
Here's just a sweet, classic Joker card. More like the Killing.
Oh, whoa!
Figured you'd like that one.
Oh,
Johnny, what happened to my Joker card one? What do
yeah,
you
no
mean?
shit. Oh, we should do this for when we read The Man Who Laughs.
Exactly. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Like that.
Have you read that?
Killing Joke? The Man Who Laughs? No, I have not.
You haven't? Oh, fuck.
Johnny, out of the way! I'm unleashing my optic blast, and also like it's kind of translucent. The optic blast part.
Oh, that's sick.
Yeah. And then my face when fascism. Bam.
Is it cat punching?
Yeah.
Yeah?
So yeah, like I said, I a lot of these I had. Some of these I kind of just like preemptively got because I'm like, yeah, we're gonna do a X-Men one eventually and a Batman and all that fun stuff. Just because again, I'm weird and I have like that pin board back there. I've got like that one is 2 foot by 3 foot. I've got like a 4 foot by 8 foot one at my house, and then like another 2 foot by 3 foot one. So your boy got pins. They're metal. What is the merch thing? I think they're neat.
Thank God I'm getting paid right now.
Well, just about that time.
John needs a sugar high. I'm
the
fucking
Avengers have been
crashing,
disassembled.
Dude. Did you get a pin for that one?
No, not yet. Cause like that's the thing is like what is it just? Is it just the Avengers A? Like there's thought that goes into these, and I gotta hunt them down, or go into like the Facebook groups and be like, hey, I need who's got Marvel pins?
Do they have like a shattered Avengers A, like with cracks in it?
Am I have to like pay for a modded pin?
Yeah. So you wanted the pin board. It's got your face on it.
It does. As all pin boards should, if you ask me. Yeah, I'm sure down the line I'm gonna have a post of like a close up and a caught up. Because I think we just have like 25 pins on there. The last one I have is we have some Mondo pins right behind you, Johnny. Right behind Johnny. Yeah, we've got some pins for sale here, like the
Cowboy Bebop.
Cowboy Bebop. I got some Sonic ones coming in. They're neat. But yeah. More comic pins coming soon. I got like my Transmetropolitan one, but it's a button though. That's a real bummer. I wanted this just as a pin, because this is like what Spider Jerusalem wears for the Transient's right one, but it's a button. That's not a pin. But yeah, Avengers have been disassembled. We enjoyed it. We are going to disassemble here, but we will reassemble next Thursday, or actually, sorry, next Tuesday at probably 6 p.m. I guess it might be earlier, because I know you're not here as late anymore.
Right.
But also, it's previous reviews. That's like an hour, right? We'll figure
so
it
we
out.
did 6 to 7. I'd be cool with that.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. But we will be back on on Tuesday to do the previews reviews, because we will have the previews for March coming in, and we'll go over that. We'll see what we've got. Johnny has some insight on that, and I look forward to seeing what shows up. But
Todd McFarlane Spider-Man Omnibus. What?
who?
3 covers.
What's the Spawn guy doing Spidey?
We'll find out on Tuesday.
So tune in for that, and then we'll be back on Thursday to talk about Court of Owls, not City of Owls. We don't have that much of an attention span, but we'll do issues 1 through 6 of the Court of Owls, as suggested by our boy Raj in the chat, and as suggested by the fact that I bought that pin like 5 months ago. Marvel's 1962 Omnibus. Yeah, we talked about that. Or was that 1961? Are they on to another year, or was that 62?
No, he's thinking 1961. Yeah, it's definitely a thing.
Terminator T-800 saying, sorry I'm late. That feels like a threat. But I think we're about to get terminated here.
I get what he's saying. That'd be awful, dude. They would really be shooting themselves in the foot with that.
Yeah, if they did like a follow, like yeah, because we talked about that. I'm like, are they just gonna do every year now? Is this like an ongoing thing?
No, I think it's because it's the 40th anniversary of the Fantastic Four, so,
Exactly.
or the
Yeah.
no, is that 40 years? 60. Jesus, it's the 60-year anniversary
Yeah.
of the Fantastic Four, so I think that's why. But
Sure.
60s, yeah, whatever.
I mean, if it works, maybe they'll justify, well, now we just do every year omnibus, and then I just have an omnibus for every year that just follows everything in perpetuity, and then I've got no room. But man, it'd be a whole lot easier just to collect on a flash drive every month. Yeah, exactly. Comic books are weird, Johnny, but until then, we'll take a break. We'll be back on Tuesday, talk about more Omnis, and then we'll be back on Thursday to talk about Court of Owls.
Oh, and I'm excited to see what epics are going to be in there. That I don't have a pulse on right now. I don't know what's going to be in there.
Over under on Berserk, Volume
Ooh.
8. Take your bets now. I say yes, because it's been, what, 3 months since we saw one? That has to, we need one, right?
Yeah, it's got to be in there. Let's go.
I got all these pins.
Yeah,
I need them to start coming
you're
out.
putting the energy out in the universe. I like
I may have gone into a group and bought a Casca and Guts one for one of the last ones that we read. So I guess
Were they,
nice. I will say,
Mike's a
they,
pig.
those pins get real racy, Johnny. Yeah, I do. Some might say overcommit with all these pins I've just got sitting around here.
Yeah, we know there's going to be a few volumes of that story,
Exactly,
and we are committed.
Yeah.
Oh, dude.
Yes.
I happened to eBay search yesterday just to check those bookends.
Uh-huh. Did we invest?
We should have gotten a couple sets.
What are they at, out of curiosity?
I think a few of them have sold for over a G.
Well, I gotta go home and I gotta start making some listings, fellas.
Yeah.
Man, I got set 10. That's gotta be like, hey, man, it's like it's a low number.
I think one of the ones I saw that sold for over G was number 7.
Maybe he's looking for Berserk Bookends number 10, artist edition, signed by your boy Mike. I'll throw in a pin if you pay $1,000. Like that's what I should do. It's just, are they selling the books with it too? I mean, I guess they're not all out. Because I was gonna say, like, I'm curious, like, what a full sealed set of 1 through 15 plus the bookends would do. Like,
Some jerk would pay 10 grand for it.
some jerk
No.
would make that bundle, and his name is Mike.
Realistically,
I mean, yeah, like the
I bet
books-
you'd find someone who'd pay $2,500 to $3,000 for it. If you had that all, it wouldn't even be that far off of retail at that point. 50 times
Yeah.
15 would be $750.
Yeah,
So that's $1,000 retail right there.
yeah.
So
And then like the 250 for what was it?
no, I'm
25?
including the 250.
Yeah, yeah, okay.
So it's $1,000 retail for all 15 plus the bookends.
Will you be back though?
So like, you have an oil leak,
Yeah, exactly.
or is that a robot joke?
Is that a robot joke?
Ah!
Hell yeah, my boy Terminator. But yeah, I think we shall also be back then, Johnny.
Yeah, on Tuesday.
All right, so we'll be back on Tuesday at probably about 6 p.m. Previews, reviews. We'll make a post as it gets closer to that, and then back again on Thursday. I'll be back on Monday to talk about
Pokey Mike.
our boy Raj coming into the clutch. We got one more of these bad boys to crack open now, so fingers crossed on the Pokemon draws. If nothing else, this one is number 4, which means that I get another one of those Pokemon picture frames, and honestly, that's worth it alone right there. So but yeah, we will be back later in the week for more streaming. Hope you guys have a good rest of your week. Stay safe.
That pin's killer.
Buy 1995 pins for your madman like me. And remember, don't buy pins. They're expensive and it's a bad habit, but not all heroes wear capes.